we get into the presentation, I want to do a quick overview of Ascend Indiana. We are a nonprofit who works to bridge the gap between opportunity and talent. So opportunity being those jobs and internship within the state, and the talent being the students that we work with. So potentially you all. We encourage you to sign up, and I will put a link in the chat, and you can upload your resume to that link, and within a week or two you should get an email from us to schedule a one-on-one with the recruitment manager. So it's a really easy, simple process and completely free to you all.
Awesome. Well, I'm going to start the presentation. If you guys have any questions during the presentation, feel free to put it in the chat, and then afterwards, Vanessa's just going to read them out to me, and then we can answer them. Share my screen. So like Vanessa said, our mission is ultimately to get you guys connected to those jobs and internships within the state of Indiana. So one part of that is we do realize that we are dealing with some hard times right now with COVID. Vanessa and I both graduated during the pandemic as well, because we graduated this past year. And so we've had to learn kind of how to use our major and how to kind of explore different avenues with that. So one thing that I've learned is number one step of not being boxed into your major is knowing yourself. So one of the important things that I've learned is that not only is your major is very important in college, but also your other opportunities are just as important when talking to employers. So making sure that you have those internships under your belt, as well as those just different experiences like student organizations. I know that I was very involved with orientation programs. I was a tour guide in my college, and being able to market myself to different jobs that way and saying that I had different experiences within that job helped me get things outside of my major. And so my major was human relations and sociology. So with that, I can do a lot of different jobs. So being able to market myself was very important to me. And then also thinking outside the major box is really important, even though for me, as a human relations major, I wanted to go into adult higher education, and that was my number one plan. But just because of COVID, I learned that that was not in my direct plan. So just being able to kind of think outside the major box. One way you can do that is being able to just kind of take some more different classes as well. So taking a minor is really good in college just because you have those different skills. So whenever you do have those different interviews, you can just say that you took this one class, say maybe a business class, and then you can apply to those business positions as well. So your major doesn't need to align with your industry. And most employers will realize, even though you don't have the specific major they're looking for, they are wanting to see how good of a work ethic you have and how hardworking you are. So another thing is apply your major to different career paths. Like I said, your major does not need to align with your industry at all. So if you're, say, like social work, Vanessa's a social work major. Right now we're working for Ascend Indiana. We're working as recruitment coordinators. So that's not exactly
Hello, my name
which,
is Rosia, and I am calling from Stericycle.
hello? Sorry, I didn't, anyways. Yeah, so Vanessa was a social work major, so she didn't wants to do more work with marriage and family counseling, but sometimes it's like the things that we're doing now helping students will help her ultimately with her future goal. And then one thing is knowing where your quiz your friends, relatives, or attend those informational sessions. So most likely a lot of the people that you know are have had a major in college, and they haven't basically gone into the field that they majored in. So just talk to your friends or people that you know, and maybe if you're on LinkedIn or Handshake or another resource like that, you can just, if you see like a major or a field that you want to go into, message them and kind of get that experience from them, and learn a little bit about what their job is. And then number 5 is to branch out. It is very good if you have a good GPA and then you're very involved. But one thing that a lot of people look for is your network whenever after you graduate. So making sure that you have a good network of contacts after you graduate, or when you're in college as well, is very paramount. Another thing that is good is parallel planning. So while you're in college, you can have a certain major, but it's also nice to have a plan B as well. This is especially important because of COVID. I feel like a lot of people didn't have a plan B, and now it's caused a lot of people to be displaced for their jobs. So making sure that you have a backup plan is really important. So kind of how you do that is maybe if you're majoring something, taking some different classes, like I said before, or like maybe minoring in something different, or even adding another major as well. So it's really about getting to know yourself more, your career interests, and then what you want to get out of your education. So it doesn't matter as much as what your major is, it's what experiences you're wanting to get out of it. So this is something that I took from one of the colleges in Indiana. So just kind of choosing maybe if you want to choose a parallel major. So maybe realizing what your favorite subjects were in high school, maybe some of those other hobbies can kind of contribute to that other maybe job that you want to have in the future, and then things that you struggle with or kind of want to work on. So benefits of that parallel planning. So you're reducing your stress by preparing for all the different possibilities that you can have. So say that I'm human relations and sociology. Since I did both of those avenues, I can choose different jobs as well. And I had a friend in college that was agriculture and business. Right now she's working in the ag industry, but she can always go back and do something within the business industry. And it's good to have options. So diversifying your interests and options. It helps you clarify, define your career goals in more of a comprehensive way. And then you can kind of increase your understanding of the job market and what employer partners want from you. And then it's nice to know what your unique sets of skills are. So that's really good whenever employers are asking you in an interview or what certain skills that you have for the job. It's good to know what skills you have so you can market them to different positions. And then this ensures that you're just working towards a timely graduation. Obviously, right now during COVID, it might not be as timely for some of you, but it's just making sure that you have a direct plan moving forward so that you can, if things do arise that you kind of don't plan for, then you have a backup plan. So that's a little bit about how I've kind of dealt with not being boxed in by my major. So as human relations, a lot of people think that it would just be human resources, but since I did do sociology and I kind of took some business classes as well, now I can do, if I want to be account manager, I can do that as well, just because I have that under my belt. So kind of diversifying yourself and making sure that you're not just taking classes within your major is something that I think would be really important. Perfect. So we're just going to have some time for questions now. And both Vanessa and I are recent graduates, so if you do have any questions, feel free. You can type them in the chat or you can just ask them.
I had a question.
Yes.
So, as I'm going through and applying to a lot of jobs and stuff online, is it like a thing where like you should include keywords in your resume? Like, I know that there's things about like these kind of automated resume readers online, so I don't know how much of that plays in.
Yeah. So I have seen, like, looking at different resumes on those different skills that would be applicable for like certain positions. I think what's more important and just adding that is making sure that your different positions on your resume are bulked out a little bit more. So we like to use kind of the STAR format for that. So that's situation, task, action, result. So being able to kind of, if you are applying for a certain job, maybe change your resume based on the job that you're doing or applying for. So making sure that your positions are kind of transferable to the job that you, and experience are transferable to the job that you want, instead of just putting those skills there, because a lot of people can put like, I'm like, I don't know, really talented at Word, Excel, or a lot of the different skills that people put on there, like presenting. But if you actually put a good description of a certain experience, then they'll realize, oh, this person's going a little bit further, and it makes you stand out.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
Well, I wanted to add that I did put the link in the chat for the Ascend to join Ascend. So please feel free to copy that and upload your resume so that we can help you with that job search. We do a lot of the back end work of finding roles that best suit your needs and what you're looking for. And it's a completely free service. So I encourage you guys to try it out.
Yeah, and one of the good things about the Ascend network for me is just that you can pick the different types of roles that you want, or different industries as well. So if you honestly don't really know what type of jobs you're looking for, or what type of roles are in a certain industry, you can just click that on there and then just search through that and kind of figure out if that's kind of geared towards what you want in the future. Does anyone have any questions on like what to do during this time, during COVID, or anything else like that? Awesome. Well, it was great having everyone here today. I hope you enjoyed the rest of your day. And this session's pretty much ended.
Thank you.
Thank you.